Hey, it's Siobhan. Welcome to my home. Today I'm going to show you how to make a big batch of chili. And this is the same chili we made to take to Hope House Ministries in Lakeland, Florida in the spring. The guests there loved that chili. And I don't care how warm it is, because it's usually almost always warm in Florida. They want chili. They love chili. It's like my grandkids. They don't care if it's summertime, how hot it is, anything. If they can have chili, they're on. They like it. Like it on Doritos, on the hot dogs, doesn't matter. They just love chili. I love chili too, and so does Hamp. So today I'm going to show you how we make a big batch of chili for Hope House Ministries in Lakeland. See you later.
I wish you could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you. You don't even notice. Should've told you straight away. You don't have to be afraid anymore. I know you haven't noticed. You'll know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know.
I always try to be organized when I'm making my dishes, especially when I'm making a big batch of something. And today I was making chili, a big batch of chili for about 30 guests at Hope House Ministries. I had different kinds of beans, about 10 pounds of meat. I've cooked the meat the night before, so they would already be cooked and ready to put into the chili. Onions, green peppers, celery, and of course, chili. I had to skip and go ahead and do packets of chili. Use the beef broth would help me to add a lot of beef flavor to the chili. I ended up adding about 1/4 cup. That pot, 16 quarts, made it really easy to make a big batch. It's a lot easier than trying to do it in 2 or 3 different pots. Now it's time to go ahead and assemble the chili. I'm using the New Wave induction hot top. And I don't know what I would do without that, because it helps when it's hot outside, so I don't have to heat up the whole RV trying to cook over an open flame. I start with just a little olive oil because I'm doing the veggies first. And I want to saute my veggies, and the olive oil will give them a good start. Add a big tablespoon of minced garlic. You can use minced garlic or chopped garlic. And I only use 1 green pepper. I'm not really a big fan of green pepper, but I like it in small amounts, especially in my chili. For some reason, I don't know what happened, I didn't have any additional celery. I don't know where it was. I know I froze a lot of it, but I could not find it. Of course, I found it after the chili was done. If you use the celery hearts and it has leaves on it, always add the leaves also. It's all flavor. It's all good. And sometimes I actually cut the celery into smaller pieces But because I was going to cook this chili for several hours, I didn't bother. I didn't take the strings off the celery or anything. I just cut it up and put it in the pot. I used to do this in 2 or 3 different pots, and it was time consuming because I had to use the stove. My stove was too small to put all 3 pots on there at the same time. So I had to just do 1 or 2 pots and then start all over again. But now I have my big pot. I can knock off a big pot of chili or anything else all at one time. I use red onion, but you can use white or yellow onions, doesn't matter. That's what I had on hand, so that's what I used. You want to use a large onion. We love onions, and so, but I know a lot of people don't care for onions because it gives them indigestion, but if you cook it, it seems not to bother as many people. You have a quick stir so nothing burns. My husband always says he hates watching me cut up onions because it looks like I'm going to cut my fingers off. But you have to remember, this is speeded up 3 times as fast as normally is happening. So now I'm very careful. And 1 last piece of onion. This is all that together would make 1 large onion. And red onion has a really, really strong flavor, raw, but when it's cooked, it's just as sweet as yellow and white onions. Stir everything. I definitely don't want my garlic to burn. I'm really just sweating all the veggies. I put a little salt in there to help wilt them some more. When I cook the meat, I just cook the meat without adding anything to it. It's just plain meat, no vegetables, no onions, no garlic, nothing. So I just did that to pre-cook it. Again, that's a 16-quart pot, which means that I was preparing enough for about 30 to 32 people to have a 16-ounce serving. And I'm pretty sure they were serving them either in 12 or 16-ounce styrofoam cups. So it was plenty for everybody to have some. I normally use the chili mix, the big container of chili mix from Costco or Sam's, or sometimes I just use my own, just use chili powder with some cumin to add a little extra smokiness, and sometimes red peppers, depending upon who I'm fixing it for. My grandkids love spicy foods, so I normally add extra red pepper flakes. I finally added, I guess if you looked at all the beef bouillon I put in, it was about a fourth to a third of a cup of bouillon powder, beef bouillon powder. I added 1 can of tomato paste, Its concentrated flavor helps to add another depth of tomato taste to the chili. Stir that up real good. And I think a temperature I have it on is like 250. I didn't want it to scorch, so I did not raise the temperature too high. I used about 10 pounds of ground beef, and I cooked it all the night before. I didn't add any extra salt, no onions, no other seasonings to it. I just cooked the meat down to get it ready to use in the chili. I have used ground turkey on occasion, even ground chicken, but I generally just default to ground beef. Once I got the ground beef all broken up, I added some more tomatoes and beans to fill the pot up. Stir it all up and then let it cook for about 6 to 8 hours overnight at 200, 215 all night long. It was so good. And isn't that pretty? It's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. Thank you, Lord. Stir it up real good. Put the top on it. Yeah, it was so good. Yum, yum.